When Democrats show you who they are, believe them. Inshallah, after all. Last night in Michigan, Democrats nominated a communist who says ICE has nothing to do with immigration and said his voters would be sad about Iranian terrorist Khamenei's death.
ICE has nothing to do with immigration.
And listen to this Islam-loving, American-hating guy will very likely become Michigan's next U.S. Senator, Abdul El-Sayed.
ICE cannot be reformed. ICE cannot be retrained. ICE has to be abolished.
We are so fucked as a country if this happens. And how the hell did we get here?
Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a detailed breakdown of Nancy Mace's recent commentary on the Michigan Democratic primary election. The results have sparked intense political debate across the country, touching on everything from immigration enforcement to record-breaking campaign spending and leaked audio recordings. Whether you've been following the election closely or are just catching up on the headlines, I'm walking you through every detail you need to know about this controversy. Let's dive right in.
Last night in Michigan, Democrats nominated a communist who says ICE has nothing to do with immigration and said his voters would be sad about Iranian terrorist Khamenei's death.
ICE has nothing to do with immigration.
And listen to this Islam-loving, American-hating guy will very likely become Michigan's next U.S. Senator, Abdul El-Sayed.
ICE cannot be reformed. ICE cannot be retrained. ICE has to be abolished.
We are so fucked as a country if this happens. And how the hell did we get here? Abdul El-Sayed campaigned with Hassan Piker, of all people, the same guy who said America deserved 9/11. Hassan Piker also has a framed photo of the Twin Towers hit on 9/11 framed on his wall in his office for everyone to see every time he films a podcast. Abdul campaigned with this guy, a communist who said he'd vote for Hamas.
I would vote for Hamas over Israel every single time.
Think about that. Michigan just nominated a Democrat, Islam-loving, America-hating Democrat. Let that sink in. On top of all of that, Democrats spent $65 million in outside money against him, and Abdul El-Sayed won by about 1 point, regardless of the amount of money that was spent against him. Very scary times that we're in today. So last night, Abdul invoked Inshallah in Islam, which means Allah's will.
When we come through this, inshallah.
And let's not forget, in Islam, they want women covered head to toe with only the whites of their eyes showing. They even have some of those hijabs with masks over them, over these women. They support child marriages and child rape of women and girls. They support grooming gangs. This is the same Islam, after all, whose prophet Muhammad married a 6-year-old girl and consummated that marriage when she was 9. I'm sure Wikipedia and Google and all the search engines will dispute that, but we all know the truth. 2 weeks before the vote, Jake Tapper asked El-Sayed about a leaked call where he told his own staff not to comment on the Ayatollah's death because a lot of people in Dearborn, Michigan were, quote, sad. El-Sayed refused to answer Jake Tapper's question, and kudos to Jake Tapper for actually asking it. And a week before that, Politico got audio of El-Sayed talking about primarying Democrats. Listen to what he said. He said, ideally, you put one ogre on a pike, and then everyone else gets the message. A Michigan Senate nominee for Congress calling for medieval violence against his enemies. This is where we are.
If they go low, we don't go high. We take them to the mud and choke them out.
Here's the part Republicans should worry about the most, about that no one is talking about. $65 million came in to stop him. Most expensive Democrat primary in Michigan history. And the closing argument was his podcast income and hundreds of thousands of dollars in dark money being spent on the outside against him. Not a single Democrat spent a single dollar arguing that 9/11 was wrong, that open borders are bad, and that Hamas is a terrorist organization. They had the money to make that case before the Michigan voting class. And Democrats couldn't make it. Why? Because Democrats weren't confident their own voters would agree. $65 million. When Democrats show you who they are, believe them. Inshallah, after all.
To start off, Nancy Mace addressed the outcome of the Michigan Democratic primary, where Abdul El-Sayed secured the nomination for the U.S. Senate. This result sent immediate ripples through both state and national political circles. A central focus of Mace's commentary was El-Sayed's policy positions, particularly regarding immigration enforcement. The speech highlighted his explicit stance calling for the abolition of ICE immigration and customs enforcement, a position that remains one of the most polarizing issues in modern American politics. Moving into the second phase, Mace focused heavily on the political alliances formed during the race. Specifically, she criticized El-Sayed for actively campaigning alongside high-profile political streamer Hassan Piker. Mace argued that associating with such controversial online figures highlights a broader ideological shift within the campaign, bringing fringe online political commentary directly into mainstream electoral politics. The key area centers on the staggering financial footprint of this primary. Outside political groups poured an unprecedented $65 million into the race to oppose El-Sayed. Despite being vastly outspent, El-Sayed still managed to pull off a victory, winning by approximately 1 percentage point. Following the win, Mace targeted El-Sayed's victory speech, specifically his use of the phrase "Inshallah," using it as a springboard to criticize broader religious and cultural practices. If you're enjoying this breakdown and want to stay updated on political analysis, make sure to click that subscribe button down below and turn on notifications. Next up are the leaked audio tapes that surfaced during the campaign. First, Mace referenced a leaked phone call originally reported by journalist Jake Tapper, where El-Sayed allegedly instructed staff not to comment on the death of the Iranian Ayatollah. In addition to that, Politico obtained audio revealing El-Sayed's internal primary strategy. In the clip, he used intense language, speaking of putting one ogre on a pike to send a clear message to political opponents, alongside rhetoric about taking rivals to the mud and choking them out. Mace pointed to these statements as evidence of increasingly aggressive political tactics. Finally, Mace analyzed the messaging strategy used by opposing Democratic groups. She argued that despite spending $65 million, opponents focused primarily on dark money allegations and podcast income rather than directly challenging El-Sayed on core issues like border security or foreign policy. Mace concluded that mainstream primary opponents avoided attacking these progressive positions because they feared the Democratic primary electorate would ultimately side with those very views. What are your thoughts on these primary results and the political strategies used? Drop a comment below and let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.